Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading and with this video. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you. So, Leo females. Pertaining to my case, let's find out what it is that God wants us to know. After this reading, probably at some point today, I'll start the women only readings to find out what God wants everybody else to know about everybody else and what we're dealing with. So, let's see how far we get with the decks. World domination scheme already. Huh. And then we got the police right underneath there. Yeah. We're not doing that. So Leo female. You cannot dominate the Leo female because the police is on the case. The real police. The spiritual police, okay? Not the fake police. The police who pose like they're police and don't really do their job. Not them corrupted police. Real police. So, the first thing God wants Leo females to know, you are protected. You're being watched over. That's what I heard. By the police. The spiritual police. We got the runaway card wanting to be noticed, and at the bottom of the deck, we got look-alike. So something that look like, that is saying run away. So this may be people who look like their friends, look like their lovers, look like their colleagues, but are really and truly people there to help carry out this world domination scheme. Okay. We got 200, faulty, cashless society, new name, changed their race. Let's see what that means. At the bottom of the deck, we got hopelessness. So Leo females, they're working on you. Okay. So 200, what does that represent? Is it years? Is it money? Is it status? I'll get back to that. But something is faulty. Then we got cashless society. And we got new name and change their race. Let's read the underlying issue. So we got somebody feeling hopeless. So they went to hide. This must be your father. Taurus male. Yeah. Because Jakai's new face, he basically changed his race because he got this light skin complexion. Not exactly white, but he bleached. But his teeth are still the same. Yeah, he went to hide. We got this meat suit. Yeah. Changed his body. We got witness protection. More hiding energy. And he changed his religion and changed his mindset. But we got fingerprints, so there's some things that can't be changed. Let's see. Fingerprint, thug life. See? Still a thug, still a waste man. So that he can live grand. So this message is about your father. Okay, then we got 250 coming in. We got 81 to 100 years, or 81 to 100. And we got vaccine, reptilian. I still don't know what the numbers represent yet. Learned life lessons. So that's good. We got a look-alike, world domination scheme, psychological programming. I'm hearing he has regrets now. That's good. Change his nationality. And we got the Indian energy. So remember we were looking into this. It was saying that it represents like the shining one. So he changed himself from a shining one to something that's dirty, soil. Your father became a dirty man. And then we got karma coming in, naturally, because the secret is out. Ta-da! Yeah, so this is your papa. So it was justice for for his secret to be let out. So all y'all who want to be mad at me for speaking these things out loud, just know that I have divine authority to do so. I have the green light to do so. Your secret is not safe with me. Malachi wanted a new life. So he changed his educational institution. We got 41 to 60 years, so that's his age. And he's learning life lessons. We got from birth to 10 years, there was God. Then we got criminal energy. And so comes the police, naturally. So in the beginning, there was God with him. And then we got criminal and police. We got birthmark, Caribbean. And he flipped it. My Filipino card is usually like you flip something if it's not actual Filipino, which in this case is not. So it's this flip. So he went from Caribbean to a mix of this and that. Because right now he looked like he could be the son of like a mixed race family. He looked like the new persona that he took on looked like he could be the mix of like a white father or white mother and a black father, black mother, you know? Yeah. Now the numbers are going down. 150 disguise. Okay, so now the numbers are coming through. They're coming through as authenticity. Okay, so the numbers are a gauge of his authenticity. So we got a 200 gauge of authenticity, and that was faulty. So he just felt like a waste man, okay? Because he was broke, cashless society. So he wanted a new name and he changed his race, okay? So with this guys, he went up from 200 to 1,000. So he did manage to feel more special and all of that, right? And we got specific marks on the body. So there's still some identification signs, right? You can't really change who you are, not entirely. And then we got 11 to 20 years. And we got age over 500. So this is a gauge of his authenticity again. So when he was younger, he was in God's hands. He was a decent man at one point. He grew up, and because of his cashlessness and his broken heart after breaking mine, he decided to turn into a criminal and fake his death and changed his race and got a new name and new nationality. He wanted a new life. So, Leo female, if you were wondering about your father, that's what happened. He felt like a loser, okay? He felt like a low life. He went from 200 and this new identity, this disguise made him feel like 1,000. So he wanted to feel better about himself by any means. Okay, even if that means taking money to hurt me. Yeah, so we got so it started off at 200, and between 11 to 20 years he was doing well. He was at 500. So imagine between 11 to 20 years he was half of what he is now. So had he kept going in that direction, he would have been able to build himself without having to turn into a criminal. Okay. So while he felt like he was at a 500 mark on the gauge of feeling like he's valuable and like he's somebody, being proud of himself, okay, then there came a silence. So this is like a history of what happened to your father, right? There was silence. And then between the ages of 21 to 40 years, he started doing some bad things. And God was like, you will learn some life lessons, okay? About wanting to seem height. You will learn some life lessons. So I guess he got into some immoral behavior, okay? So he didn't stay on the straight and narrow. He started to do bad things so that he can live grand. So it started there. Then we got digital ID, or ID, the way he saw himself, fake birth certificate. Okay. And that made him feel like 8,000 at that point. So between the age of 21 to 40 years old, he made himself look like he was really important. Most likely had like whatever he valued, cars, money. He used to talk about these things, about how he had a Cadillac and he had a lot of money and all these things, right? So he managed to fake his way between the age of 21 to 40 years. Okay, thereabouts. And then him feeling like he's at 8,000 level, it was fake. AI generated. It was fake. DNA manipulation. So he tried to make himself look like he's as important as the Europeans. He's as big of an achiever as a European, you know? And we got the male energy and female energy. He felt more complete at that time. And we got DNA. He felt like he was important. Then we got new identity. I'm guessing this is when he came to Montserrat. New identity and new lifestyle and a new life. As a black man, African, in the secret society. So this is definitely when they came to Montserrat. He and Karen and Javon and Jackie and Jaquan and what was that dude named Greg? They brought down Greg and Greg couldn't hack the life. Greg went back. Greg was supposedly Jaquan's father. And I don't know if you remember Greg. He was just this short, dark-skinned guy. So after Malachi was living this fake high life, where he felt like he was as important as the white man them, then came this move to Montserrat, where he had to live like a black man. He had to go up to the mountain and farm and not look like the, what do they call them? I don't know. He just didn't look like he got it. Imagine coming from a life where you got a whole Cadillac and you got money like that and you got friends, probably got big gal and whatnot, to live in Montserrat's quiet, slow life. It's a downgrade, isn't it? So yeah, so he was in this secret society, and then we got divine authority and air. So divine authority to speak about it, how he faked his death, okay? He couldn't hack that life, that slow Montserrat life, so he faked his death, and it was political. He did it for the government. It's a government thing. because he had a boring life, right? So he did plastic surgery. He did have some plastic surgery. And he lived in a new location. Mm-hmm. And we got being fluent in multiple something, may not be languages, because he was a barber. So Craig probably taught him how to cut hair. He was at the barber shop with us in his new identity, Chris Mealin. That's his new name. And he was a barber actually cutting hair. And we got listen to your intuition, it knows. So what was your experience like with this Chris Mealin guy who was working at the barber shop, Fade Kings, when we were there? Do you remember any interactions between this Chris Mealin character? That was your daddy. Listen to your intuition, Malika, it knows. Or if you're somebody else who is going through this as well, just know that your daddy, he was around you, but in a new face, with a new name, new identity. But he can't change all of his features. Okay? So listen to your intuition. If you think back, you'll be able to probably see some things or remember something, some kind of interaction or something with him that probably made you go, yeah. So we got food, the information, okay, and accent. So some of his vibes. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know at all. I didn't know that was Malachi. None at all. I actually started liking him. He chose a great face. Very handsome. He was like a breath of fresh air, but I should have been able to recognize the eyes and the teeth. And there was one time where he was fighting with, I think he was arguing with Kieran or something, and I was outside standing between them because that's just me. It's like, why are y'all fighting? We work here at the barber shop together. We don't need this type of energy in the place. So I was standing between these two crazy men, and all the Ethiopian them were over at the other side at the Ethiopian shop sitting down watching. Tell me why I'm standing in between the two of them, and this Chris Mealin fella just took me and grabbed me and hugged me and then let me go, just random like that. I was like, I mean, I like you, but we ain't that close. What the hell was that? But now when I look back, it all makes sense. He just wanted to hug me. And that was the closest that we got. But I was liking him. But I didn't know who he was. I didn't know it was actually my ex with a new face. So let's read on. Let's see what happened next. So yeah, if you listen to your intuition, there were little personality traits about him. But then you were very young when he was around you. So I'm not sure if you would remember much about him. He didn't really spend much time with you for you to even get to know him. So it would be very hard for you, Malika, to spot him. But now I'm looking back at the character Chris Mealin and some of our interactions, I can see. Because even the other day when somebody came to this house, dude came and was asking about some kind of letter from the DMV that he's expecting, and he used to live here, and um he couldn't put his new address on whatever document he was sending in, and he wanted to know if I would get the letter and give it to him. So it's like he was trying to get close to us, but under false pretenses. But the same teeth that Malachi have, the bottom teeth, and the same teeth that Chris Meelan has, is the same teeth that this dude has. But this dude appeared to me in an Indian or something like that. It wasn't right quite Indian. It was mixed with something, some kind of other um like race. But he didn't. It wasn't black. It wasn't mixed race. It was like, oh boy, um, I don't know if it's Armenian. I don't really know how to describe these people, but yeah. But his teeth were the same. I recognized him that time immediately after he left from his bottom teeth. So I knew it was him. And I did a reading and it said it was him. And it all made sense. So he's been trying to get close to Malika for quite some time now. And you know what else can't hide? His height. He can't hide his height. He can't hide, he can hide his teeth. Now that I mentioned the teeth, he probably will come in a better disguise next time. But those big eyes as well, it's kind of hard to hide those eyes. You could probably put contacts in, but the shape of his eyes, it's gonna be harder to hide the shape of his eyes. Unless he comes in a full face mask next time. Next time he's trying to get close to either you, Malika, his daughter, or us. I don't know what the hell he's up to. So this is our life. We gotta watch out for these people. We don't even know who's real and who's fake. All kind of we see all type of people. They could be all wearing them latex full bodysuit. We've seen what Eddie Murphy can do in his movies. If they really want to fool us, they could go quite hard in trying to fool us. So even around you, you have to be mindful of the people who are around you, who you interact with. Could be just another one of their disguises. This is what they do. All of them, Craig, and they have fun doing this too, especially man like Craig. He would have fun putting on some next kind of. Craig is the type to even put on a fucking dress and some boobs and everything and fucking show up, Rev. Like they don't know it's me. And Nathan too. Nathan got that type of vibe. He would gladly just. Nathan was at the shop one time and he had this it was like this sleeve and it had tattoos all over it. Nathan don't have no tattoos, but when he pulled this on, it look, you swear it's somebody with tattoos all down his arm. So he would do things dressed in this whatever this is, and you would swear that it was somebody with tattoos. Then you see Nathan and he don't have no tattoos, and you swear it wasn't the same person, not knowing that it was just like a stocking with a sleeve with like tattoos painted onto it. And it was like the perfect color of his skin too, so it was a great disguise. This is how these people live, okay? As standard. Because they get up to all types of shady shit. And they create fantasies in their head, and they sometimes they do it just for fun. These are this has been our life. Let's see. We got money and toys. So it's like playing with money. So it's like even if you get money, you still don't know what to do with it. Let's read on. Simpler life. They're simple-minded. We got water. So that talk about like the emotions and stuff like that. And Anunnaki. So they're in between. The Anunnaki energy is good and evil. You never know which version of them you're gonna get at any time. So this is what a vibe your father was in. He doesn't take money seriously. Anunnaki characteristic. So even if he get money, he don't really know what to do with it. He not mature like that in his mind. So Anunnaki characteristic is a fake certificate. So your father was once a shining one like me. And he basically lost his way. He got misguided by people like Karen. Like his sister Karen Allen, he got misguided by them type of people. So yeah, so this fake certificate, it gives him power. Now he's at 2,000, from 1,000 gauge of feeling important and valuable to 2,000. So it's like he don't really care. You get money, you treat it like toys because you're simple in your mind. Okay, you want a simple life. You don't want your father don't want the responsibility of being a businessman, having to take care of a business, having responsibilities and obligations to a business. He don't want that. Because of his emotions. One thing with Malachi, he hides his emotions very well. Yeah. He don't really raise his voice, and Malika is just the same. He ain't gonna argue with you, and Malika's just the same. And Malika carry that Anunnaki energy too. But Malika's more responsible when it comes to money. Malika don't see money as toys. Yeah. Malika is more responsible. So Malika is like a mixture of Malachi's energy and my energy. But yeah. So having this Anunnaki characteristic where you never know if he's gonna blow up on you. But how would Malachi blow up on you if Malachi want to blow up on you? He do secret shit. Yeah. He come in like a thief in the night type energy. Well, the way he used to do it with me is he used to do it through Jarad. Malachi would be there sitting down and Jarad would be cussing me as if Jarad is my boyfriend. Me and this man have absolutely nothing, but I'm arguing with Jarad, while my boyfriend is like Jarad was arguing on behalf of Malachi. See that type of power? So if you're expecting him to come at you like straightforward, Malachi don't move like that. Mostly. He gets somebody else to do it. So only God knows what he was saying to Jarad for Jarad to be coming and talking to me the way that Jarad was talking to me. Because Jarad was trying to accuse me of having sex with Jevon. Because Jevon had grown older at that time and was looking more kind of like a man, and he grew up handsome and all these things. And I'm still carrying them around like they are my children. Shit, do you desert your children because they're older? No. I've been looking after him since he was very young. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still just looking after him. I'm there for him. I'm not the type of woman to have sex with these children. I was never that girl. But for some reason, they decided that it's a plausible way to think. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so I'm guessing that this time frame here is when he was at the barber shop. He had access to money, but he wasn't very serious about money. Malachi wasn't serious about money. And he wasn't very disciplined, Anunnaki energy. But it made him feel more powerful. He got 2,000. Yeah, so he went up from 1,000 to 2,000 grade. When he was younger, he was at 5,000 between the ages of 11 to 20. He was at 5,000. And then he went up to 8,000. So it's like he's trying to climb back up the ranks to feeling powerful and special like he used to. So anyway, after that, he ran away. Yeah, he ran away because apparently from the barber shop, he moved to, I think it was said Stoke-on-Trent, and Venerina and them were living in Stoke-on-Trent. So you see the link? Venerina and them were living in Stoke-on-Trent. So then we have run away, and it's a lie. So he ran away at that point because he did leave. And now we have run away, it's a lie. So it's like now he's closer to us. So it's like something or someone is trying to encourage him to move away from us. Or maybe we are left with the thought that he's nowhere near us. But I believe that Malachi lives somewhere around here. I believe that Malachi moved to somewhere around here. There's a whole bunch of new buildings around here. I believe that he missed his daughter so much that he wants to be able to see her. Even if he can't talk to her and be around her, I know that Malachi is around here watching over Malika. I know that. I feel that. Some of my readings tell me that. And I believe it. I believe that Malachi moved to some place close right around here with a new face, probably new name and whatnot, obviously, so that we do not recognize him. But he's too proud of Malika and what Malika has become. He wants to be able to claim her. That's what the Taurus male reading was about. The first one, part one, was talking about he want to be back in Malika's life. But he want to come back in and tell Malika all type of lie. That's the wrong approach, brother. If you're going to come back into Malika's life, the worst thing that you can do is come into her life with lies. They will not end well. And I told you already, whatever you are made of, Malika is made of that as well. Plus what I am made of. So imagine who she is. Really. People don't really know Malika. Malika's got the best of both worlds swirling around her DNA. The light and the dark in abundance. She had to have a mother like me. To help her stay grounded. To help her to psychologically manage. Someone who is gentle enough to give her the support that she needs, but firm enough to not allow her to fall. So anyway, we got runaway, it's a lie. And we got 3,000. So the numbers are going up. Man feels special. He's close to, look, Does their energy seem familiar? I haven't recognized him. I will be honest with you. Whatever identity he got right now, I don't really go out, but maybe he be putting himself in the way for Malika to see him or for him to be close to Malika because Malika goes out regularly. So anybody who is watching Malika that hard, they would know her schedule. They know when she's leaving for work and they know when she's coming home. So if Malachi wanted to be closer to his daughter just to see her, then he know where to position himself so he can see. So it's like, does their energy seem familiar? So Malika must have had some kind of encounter with him and don't know. I must ask Malika about that. Is there anybody that you see like on a regular about this tall? Okay, so does their energy seem familiar? We got 61 to 80. Look at the number drop down. So he made himself small and made himself look insignificant. All right. Because he's on a mission. He's on a mission. So he right here around Malika. Run away? Malachi said, nah, I ain't running away. That's my child. He's on a mission. Then we got reputation. So maybe whatever new persona Malachi has taken on, he's probably kind of slowly building, you know, rapport with Malika. So he must have been slowly interacting with Malika. Then we got the 300. Want to feel more special. He's trying to build. So he started all the way at like 61 to 80 gauge of importance in Malika's life. And now he's trying to build up the 300. He wants to get close to her. Just close enough to her. Let's see. We got 120. And that's a fake license. And we got the Chinese energy. What's the Chinese energy representing? Okay, then we got the 15,000. And then we got the fake passport. So you see, he's coming in with a lot of pretense. Fake license, fake passport, like fake access, fake persona. So he started off at 61 to 80, and now his aim is to get to 300. Right now, he's like at 120. So I need to ask Malika who she been interacting with when she leave here for work or maybe on her way back. He knows exactly where to position himself to see his daughter if you want to see his daughter. So then we got a fake license. Chinese. 15,000. So this energy here come up like, it come in like setting up a situation whereby they have to interact with each other even closer. So from 120 to 15,000. Malachi, you better not do anything to me child, you know. Fake passport, trying to get closer to her. So this come in like a scenario where he would put her in danger and then he come and save her, and then that would make her feel closer or grateful to him, not knowing that he's the reason why she was in danger in the first place. Because remember, I was complaining about these boys who were outside of her salon smoking and whatnot, and then I went to do the reading to find out who's responsible for that, and it was Lil Wayne's name that come up. Lil Wayne and Malachi, they're quite close, because it is my conclusion that Jequan is Lil Wayne's son. Jequan looked like Lil Wayne, and Jequan, Malachi's sister, brought this child to Montserrat. So Jequan belonged to Lil Wayne, Karen had custodianship of Jaquan, Malachi is said to be Jaquan's uncle. So that means they were always close to Lil Wayne. And that's why Lil Wayne came into my dream early up in this battle. It was all connected. So the boys outside Malika's salon has everything to do with Wayne. And Wayne and Malachi are closely connected. So I don't remember if I dug all the way down, but I can see how those dots can connect. Are you trying to put my child, when we were living in Harrow, somebody at that shop on the corner there, they tried to intimidate my child. This is a normal strategy of these people. They put you in danger and then they come in like they're Captain Save a fucking hoe. Okay? So you could feel all happy about them and shit. Not knowing that they're the reason why you were in danger in the first place. How your tactics are get all played out. Fake passport. You want fake access to Malika. You should try speaking the fucking truth. That's all Malika need, is the truth. Malika need to feel safe. Malika don't need to be sold any of the fantasies that y'all be selling yourselves. That's not what Malika want. So the fake passport will put you at a high level of importance in Malika life, giving you a new job, new position in her life. Because Malika was walking one time. She was coming home from work, and sometimes she walked down from her workplace to Harrow and Wheelstone train station, and she had a lot of heavy bags. And she said that this random man came up behind her, and he was very adamant about taking the bags from her and helping her, which is good. I could imagine she felt relief, but dude was insistent that she give him the bags, and he actually went with her to the train station. So that's a blessing. So that must have been him, or maybe somebody Malachi sent to do that. So he's about watching over her, wanting to get close to her by any means. So new job. We got 400, taking it slow, and Nephilim energy, wanting to be a good Samaritan to her. Nephilim energy is the good Samaritan energy. That's God energy. So that's the first message. So for those of you who are not Malika, just know that someone from your past is trying to get back into your life, and they're not coming in straightforward. They're coming in a disguise because they miss you and they want to be close to you. They want to build a relationship of some sort with you. Okay? But it's all under a guise. There's no authenticity. One thing with Malika, she loves spending her money, but she loves making it too. She know what to do with her money. Thank God for that. Malika alone has been supporting herself and myself for years now. since they shut down my businesses and made me incapable of providing for myself financially, Malika has been carrying us both. That's the type of daughter that you got because of me and herself listening to the advice that I give her. Karen wanted to take my child. Shireen wanted to take my child. Which one of you could have raised Malika to be the quality of woman that Malika is? Look at who you all are. Who you are would be a reflection of what you would have taken Malika and turned her into. No, thank you. I'm going to do this deck. Let's see what else. Let's see. Mm, doing something in your name in the reverse. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Number of persons involved, more than 10,000. Right off the bat, huh? So I was talking about Shireen and Karen wanting to take my child. And Venerine. Shireen and Venerine and them went so far as to get some a judge's daughter to call me because I was telling them about the injection that they gave me when they were trying to say that I'm crazy. And they wanted to use that as grounds to make me feel like I have to give Malika up. Anyway, doing something in your name. Let's see. Number of persons involved, more than 10,000. The ones in authority are untrustworthy, criminal minded. And it's a secret. This is organized crime involving government officials. So doing something in your name in the reverse. And then this is cut by half. Number of persons involved, 201 to 500. They knew better just because you're moving on. God saved them from their own stupid decisions. Oh, that's 500, 5,000. Yeah. So what is this talking about, Most High? So doing something in your name in reverse, or doing something in someone's name in reverse. So it's like the name that they gave, or the identity that they gave, is not their real identity. The underlying issue is that more than 10,000 people are involved, and the ones in authority are untrustworthy because they're criminal minded, and it's a secret. This is organized crime involving government officials. Like I said, they used an actual judge, a real judge, to make it look like it's an official phone call and whatnot. I think they used the daughter of the judge. So they know the lingo, they know how to speak that language to make themselves sound and feel official. Because I'm a spiritual person, so I'm not just listening to the physical voice. I pay attention to the spiritual energy that's in the atmosphere as well. So it was a great disguise. Okay. Then we got number of persons involved, 201 to 500. And they knew better. That's a lot of people. They knew better because shit, we were about to move on anyway. We were already moving on. I think I had moved out of Venerine house by that point. And they did quit. They just that phone call, that vibe just it went dead. Nobody contacted me or tried that shit again. Okay. So God is just talking about that. Okay. God saved them from their own stupid decisions. They didn't even bother to try it. Want to take Malika away from me, you fucking nuts. Shit. And it was committed by government officials because, like I said, I'm being targeted by the US government, the UK government, and the Montserrat government, and those above them who put them on my case in the first place, leading all the way back to Egyptian god Ptah. That's as far as I've discovered so far. I don't know if there's somebody above Ptah, but that's as far back as the rankings go, as far as I've discovered. Because at first it was this Illuminati woman, fake Illuminati woman, who kept being on my case. But first it was her man, and then she took over the job, and she was fucking up the organization. Notice I haven't had to talk about her for a long time. They basically took over. They took the case from her because she's losing. She kept losing to me, and she kept losing money for the business, and they kept losing people, and they kept getting exposed and stuff. So after she tried and failed, well, after her man tried and failed, she tried and failed. After that happened, then I think the Anunnaki came in. They didn't stay very long, and I think some Indians were trying. No, after she tried and failed, I think they were using the Indians, some kind of Indian faction of whatever this organization is. I don't know who that was. And then after he failed, I think the Anunnaki came in and tried to approach me, mm, telling me about denounce my claim to fame or some shit like that. Fucking crazy. Why don't you go denounce your claim to fame? Um, then after I wouldn't listen to them, after that, who else came in, bruv? I think that's where Ptah came in, and then Ptah wasn't getting anywhere with me, and then Cleopatra, yeah, Egyptian goddess Cleopatra, she came in, but she didn't even hang up. She didn't even hang around. She just came in, delivered her message. I sent my response, and I haven't heard or felt her ever again. Okay. And now Ptah is still here on the case. So I keep moving up in rank because everybody that they send towards me, they fail. Every major, minor faction of the organization that they send towards me keep failing. They keep losing. So now Ptah came to me himself. I don't know if there's anybody above Ptah. Time will tell. Let's see. Because we got Egyptian god Set. They say that Set was the bad brother of Osiris. So maybe Set is above Ptah. I don't know. Let's see. Because Osiris is here watching over me. And Osiris and Set, they're opposite sides of the same coin, dark and the light. So if Osiris is here watching over me, then I can only imagine Set is also alive and possibly of a higher rank than Ptah. And there is somebody upstairs. Every time they say that there's nobody upstairs, we hear the toilet flushing, we hear footsteps. They don't use the pipes, but we hear toilet flushing and we hear them walking around upstairs every time. If even when Erica them lived there and they went on holiday, there would be somebody in the apartment when there's not supposed to be anybody at all in there. Trying to be real quiet. We hear you. We know you're there. The hole in Malika's roof is right by the toilet. So if that toilet pipe should ever pop, a bare shitty water gonna be coming down in a Malika room, pa Malika bed, and pa Malika TV and other possessions. And there's nothing covering the roof. I just put a plastic bag so that any water come down, it get guided into the bucket that I got there. So we can hear the toilet when it flush very clearly. Erica got packages while she was away, and the packages remained outside her door until she came back. So whoever was up there, they didn't even take up the packages because I'm supposing that Erica wasn't supposed to know that there was somebody in her apartment. They're trying to make it look like they're not here. You're not doing a very good job. But all y'all are one team anyway. So Erica probably know that your ass is up there. Where do you think that we steal packages? We don't steal. We work for what we want. Thou shalt not steal. Unless what you're taking is yours, then it's not really stealing. What was that? It could be Craig or Malachi or Tristan upstairs. feel one more. Okay, so subject matter, we got church. So church talks about doing the right thing, seeking for spiritual guidance, getting closer to God, things like that. Moral compass on fleek, doing the right thing. Okay, so the subject matter was church. We got it didn't work. This is organized crime involving government officials. And then we got coded message. So something is something that's coded is something that's not straightforward. You may be looking directly at it, but you still will not be able to recognize whatever the message is. Okay? So for example, at the beginning of these people fighting me, while I was with Malachi, what they used was psychological manipulation. So one of the things that they used to do is they would set up people lookalikes. Like, okay, at one point I like Craig and they know I like Craig, so everywhere I go I would see somebody who either looked like Craig, but mostly it was Craig Subaru. They used to have this, and blue too, the same like Craig. So it's like the psychological manipulation. Now, another thing that they did was they actually used the BBC. We were listening, because Malachi would listen to the BBC news like at 12 o'clock, BBC come on. And these people would be using the BBC radio station to talk. And they're talking to me. But if you say that, that make you look like a crazy person. That's the coded message. So to anybody else listening, you would just think it's part of the BBC program. But because I'm the target, I see what others wouldn't see. I understand and compute what others wouldn't compute. Even like they'd put like writings on people's shirt, and it's meant to be a psychological manipulation for whoever the targeted individual is. These are some of the ways that these people attack us psychologically, okay, and emotionally. Okay, they're trying to invoke certain emotions like fear and uh confusion, shit like that. So it didn't work. All right. So didn't work on who? Didn't work on Malika, or didn't work on me? This is the Leo female reading. So perhaps they've been doing some of these coded messages on Malika and the shit wouldn't work. Because Malika used to like this dude called Delroy. They call him King, right? And I think they've been using him and his energy, his appearance to play with her. But I told Malika, because she's been saying that she think that she's seen him, and I'm saying to her, well, she thinks she saw him, but it don't really look like him, which it could be. Maybe it's not. But I told her, I let her know that that's one of the psychological games that they play, and I told her about my experience with the Craig part and the Subaru and all that. And like I said, throughout this whole thing, I have always told Malika, I've always spoken to Malika about what's happening. So now that it's happening to her, it's nothing new. It's like we've seen these tricks already. My mom already told me about these things already. So that's why it's not gonna work. All these coded messages, whatever you put on t-shirt, if you even send some clients in there who are posing as clients, but really they're working for these government officials to invoke whatever energy, it's not gonna work. We know the tricks. So let's see the underlying issue. So they've been working on the Leo female. So we got temple, Buddhist, Chinese or Buddhist energy. So there's more church energy from a different denomination, from a different religious denomination, but it's still the same thing. Seeking enlightenment, seeking God, being in touch with your higher self. Then we got delusional would never happen. So because Malika is in touch with her higher self, y'all are delusional about what you think you can accomplish with these coded messages. It would never work. God's delegates are on the case, the good guys. I've been telling Malika about these tricks. Malika is well aware of how the fight goes. Because the reason why I told Malika about exactly what's happening is because I am her guardian. And I know that there are people out there trying to convince everybody that I'm crazy. So how do I combat that? By speaking the truth. And let the chips fall where they may. Because as long as it's the truth, it's going to have its power. It may be scary at first. But how do you get around the truth? See, if I was lying to her, then that would empower the enemy. But because I was always truthful and upfront about what's happening with her, especially for such a time as this, when you're trying to use the same tactics on her. If she didn't believe me before, now experiencing these things herself, she know mommy wasn't lying when mommy was saying that years ago. Malika is already locked into her spirituality. Malika has seen God move many a times. There was a time when Malika didn't even know that there was a God. And I didn't force God on her. I just started to ask her, like, explain the sun and the moon and the stars and all the shit that we don't make. How do you explain all that? And eventually I kept believing, because I know what I know. You don't have to believe in God if you don't want to. I'm not gonna force you. I allow her to make her own decisions, because I know that once she starts to get on the path where she believes in God, it's because she believes in God. And she's there now. She has seen God move in my life. She has seen God move in her life. And she has every reason to believe. And because the things that happened in my life is what I know about life, that's the story that I had to tell her, because that was my experience with God and with life and with other human beings. I have no other story to tell her. So we had to learn from my examples and her examples, her experiences. So I've been teaching Malika to pay attention to life from she was a little girl. It's only natural. So yeah, Malika is connected to her chi. Malika is on her journey. Malika is on her spiritual journey. So whatever you're trying to do, you are delusional. It would never happen. Because I notice more and more, especially from this year, maybe late last year, y'all been starting to work more on Malika. Because for a long time, you haven't really been manipulating Malika. You've only been attacking me. And then as of lately, I realized that y'all are sending more attacks towards Malika. And it's only because you can't get to me. So you all started to say, well, okay, maybe we should try attack the daughter. But you know what y'all are doing? Solidifying my claims. You're proving to her that I was telling the truth all along. So you're only going to strengthen her bond with me and her bond with God. Because she saw how her mother got through it. She witnessed it. So God's delegates are on the case already. And that's why the lies aren't working anymore. So if y'all were telling lies on Malika too to try and destroy Malika's reputation like y'all did with me. But imagine, y'all did it for so long on me till the people that you were lying to about me are now questioning the authenticity of the reports that you people made about me, right? So now you're going to go start telling lies on the woman's daughter. Obviously, that's not going to work because you've already destroyed your credibility in the eyes of these same people. So it's like if you were telling so many lies about the mother, and it's now coming out that you were telling lies after you've been upholding those lies for 14 years. Let me see, from about 2014, because 2008, that'll be a different set of people. So our most social circle would be from about 2014 when we were around the barber shop and all the people who used to be around Harry's Barbers and Ben Studio and Fade Kings, right? So 2014 till 2020, that's what, 6 years? Yeah. Yeah. And then we're in 2026 now, so put 6 more on top of that, that's 12 years. So for 12 years, y'all been telling these lies to these people about me. And now they're coming to realize and start to question the authenticity of what you've been saying about me. So now you think you're going to go to these same people and tell lies about Malika, and they're just going to swallow it because I guess they're idiots in your eyes, right? You're insulting these people's intelligence. So the lies aren't working anymore. Stagnation. Your power is diminishing. Don't waste your time on that. Be productive and constructive. Elders. If only. Nope, they're not going to do that. I know they're not going to do that. But God said, leave the Leo female alone because your lies aren't going to work. Your lies aren't working anymore. God is already on the case. God got delegates on the case. So God is on the case and God got delegates on the case. So who are God's delegates that's on the case protecting Malika? Ha ha ha. So yeah. So y'all want Malika to look like. So now y'all are trying that fake social media shit on Malika. So what, now y'all start creating social media accounts in Malika's identity and start posting stupid shit. What, y'all creating OnlyFans for Malika as well, using Malika's image in porn videos and shit like that to try and convince people that now Malika's a whole, Malika's whatever the fuck y'all want to brand her as. What kind of distasteful characteristics are y'all going to be trying to pin on Malika? What is she? What have you been telling people? What, she's a murderer? What, she's a prostitute? What, she's a thief? Oh, God will tell me one day. Let's see. So y'all want to try and make Malika look like, so y'all are creating fake social media accounts. Yeah, we got moving on. Yeah, we just gonna keep pushing on. We're not gonna bother with that. God will sort that out. We got a number of persons involved, 9 to 15, that are moving forward, doing something in Malika's name. So some people are even backing out of this. They're just going to move on And then we got like 9 to 15 people who are moving forward trying to create these fake accounts of who Malika is. We got help found. So y'all actually found some idiots who'd be willing to go along with doing this. All right. So we got culture. The culprit has been caught. Because it's what y'all do. It's your culture to find people who would be willing to do these dirty deeds for you, thinking that it won't be led back to you. But I'll have you people know that in your own organization are people who are on our side. So they're getting to see what y'all have been doing to us from the inside. Y'all can't trust the people that you're working with anymore because they're not as stupid as you thought. People have their own minds. So not everybody in your organization who smile with you are actually smiling with you anymore. Not everybody who is a part of your organization carry a heart as empty as yours. But of course, to attack and conquer a beast like this organization that's full of government officials and secret societies and whatnot, you need to have men and women on the inside. And that's what God is doing. So you might be looking for people from the outside to come and infiltrate. But we already got people inside because you've been lying to them for so many years and they're starting to see you're bringing them bad karma and you're lying on me and my daughter. And they don't want to be subject to that type of lifestyle no more. So they're going to switch sides. The same way y'all had do Siobhan and Cardon and Tristan and Travis and probably Tremaine, because when I came off I heard Tremaine name, playing double agents. It's the same way you got double agents in your organization who is actually on our side. So the culprit has already been caught because they know how y'all move. This is y'all thing. You get people to lie on these people. You get people to pretend to be. So you'll have like Malika's face on some other girl's body and all this type of shit, showing this character doing all type of horrible shit. That shit's failing. That's not Malika. The same way you couldn't convince people that I was whatever the fuck y'all were painting me as, y'all can't paint Malika to be whatever y'all are about to or whatever y'all have tried to paint Malika as. Anybody who really want to know, all they have to do is follow Malika. Malika go to work and Malika come home. Malika was a one single associate that she go lunch with sometimes. Very rare. Now that she ain't out of the picture, you're inside man. Excuse me. Almost time for food. Anyway, so the culprit has been caught already. The ones in authority are untrustworthy. And then we got the mosque energy. So you see now everybody is as godless as you. Connections in low places. And you look at these people as lowly. Look, you got people with morals in your camp. Number of persons, about 101 to 200. That's a lot. So it's like they have formed their own little organization within your organization. People who are willing to speak the truth and see the truth and do something about it from the inside. God saved them from their own stupid decisions that you were trying to get them to manifest. So whatever y'all about to try to do to Malika and whatever y'all are in the process of doing to Malika, the shit ain't gonna work. Got culprit. Time is running out for your deception to work. Number of persons involved 501 to 1,000. Expect to hear from them soon. So they're going to keep trying. We got divine authority. Number of persons involved 501 to 1,000. And we got expect to hear from them soon. And we got divine authority. Okay, let's read on. They believe you will beg. So this is starting to look interesting. Falsified official documents. And we got number of persons involved 1,001 to 5,000. Quit. Because they know that you're trying to discredit Malika. You see? Okay. So y'all had all these people convinced for a very short time. Right? And then divine authority kicked in. And then we got they believe you will beg. Not sure who gonna be begging, but we got falsified official documents. So they believe you will beg. What's that? And then the number of persons involved, they're gonna quit. So because I don't have 501 to 1,000 card, I'm feeling like this 1,001 to 5,000 is represented by the same people here. So it's not this number, it's this same number, but I don't have two of those cards. That's why they're right behind each other. As if 1,001 to 5,000. Hang on. They did it in another country, state, or island. So they've seen you do this shit before. And they needed help when it comes to these children, which would be Malika. Y'all needed help. But the truth will come out eventually, and that's why they left. So this number is representing this number. That's what I saw. I know that the two numbers, they're very different, but that's what I saw. These people are going to quit because the truth comes out. We got airport, the words that y'all tried to put out there, the stories that y'all tried to put out there, access is denied. This is organized crime involving members of this private sector, those connections in low places. So this is like spreading rumors among regular people and expecting them to then carry on those rumors and start treating Malika as though those rumors are true. So y'all now are trying to alienate Malika from society the way that y'all did to me. So y'all are now trying to make Malika an outcast. Psychological manipulation. That's exactly what y'all are doing. But that shit ain't gonna work. We got connections in high places. That would be our people, our folks, cleverly forcing a specific outcome. So God and his delegates are already on the case, like we saw in the beginning, because y'all are trying to victimize Malika now. And the meeting place, the end goal is Malika wins. Hidden entrance. Planning to do it. But it's not so hidden. Number of persons involved, 26 to 30. And God is watching. It is not so hidden. So God is watching, the delegates are watching, and they're going to do what they have to do to put this situation right. Because God is watching, that's why Malika wins. And we got a number of persons involved, 1 to 3. This crime is being carried out by members of government and of the private sector. So that would be the people at the top of the food chain, Pata and the US generals and whoever. the Jews who say they are Jews that are not, but are actually of the synagogue of Satan with their stupid wishful thinking. Number of persons involved 30 to 50. And just so you know, y'all gonna be punished. Trying to do that to God's daughter. You're mad. Secret. So, your punishment might be a secret one. Whatever you go through, you're going to be trying to hide it very well. But you're going to be feeling it. So, keep doing what you're doing. I'm hearing dig some more. Okay. So, we got secret, adults, number of persons involved, more than 5,000. Do you see these crazy numbers? Hidden message. This agenda. Whatever kind of agenda y'all are up to. Then we got number of persons involved, 16 to 20. So out of that 5,000, we got 16 to 20 of them who are doing the fake accounts. So these 16 to 20 people are the ones that's putting out the fake accounts. And it's reaching out to a big span of people, like 5,000, more than 5,000. Then we got, there's nothing that you can do about it. Others have to take it from here. So there's nothing that Malika could do about it. So that's why God and its delegates are taking care of it. We got assessment, just a diversion. So people are paying attention and seeing y'all are faking. Your reputation will be redeemed, Malika. Malika's reputation will be redeemed. There's method to what appears to be madness. So for Malika, whatever you see going on, whatever you hear people telling you and all these things, or however people might start treating you, God said, don't fall for the shenanigans. Okay? There's method to what appears to be madness. Just be your sunshine self, be your lovely self. You in good hands. You've already won before the fight even began. We got assassin. More than 10,000 people. And more than 1 million people. Then we got number of persons involved, 201 to 500. And they're going to be crying. So it's like y'all are trying to reach a bigger dynamic. So y'all are trying to spread this false information to as much people as you can. But God says some of you are going to be crying. Expect them to try again because we are so unbothered. Guess your guess and test your test. It is in your own interest to find out the power of the Most High, Most High, Most High. If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of the pestilence that walketh by day or night? Yeah, we unbothered. There's more. Pay attention, and you will notice. Otherworldly being, mystical being, Malika Green. They're expecting to hear from you. Number of persons, about 21 to 25 of them are expecting to hear from you just because they don't know you. You got surveillance. Oh, so they're going to be expecting us to talk about it. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. And probably watching us on the cameras in the house. We did it already. Oh, it happened already. Adolescent. Underground tunnel. So y'all did this shit already. That's why God said dig some more. So y'all were trying to... that's why dude treat Malika like that. There was this young boy. He took Malika to a party one time. And I don't know what they fed my daughter, but Malika ended up vomiting or something like that. And then the way that the dude is like, she could have choked on her vomit or something like that. And it's like, and this time Malika was young as well. Malika was, I don't know, maybe like did she finish school? Was she in college? It was this dude around the barber shop, man. This dark Alex. Alex. She went to the party with Alex. And she they gave her something and Malika was throwing up. And instead of taking care of Malika, I remember dude disrespecting Malika. So y'all had already convinced people that Malika was what, brother? A bitch, a whore, a a a a drug addict or what? I have no idea. And I guess that's the reason why he treated Malika like that, because he was convinced that Malika was like a dirty gal or something. Did it already in adolescence. Ah, anywho, let's see. Underground tunnel, code word. Code word is like secret language, underground city. They are trying to make your way forward as hard as possible. Y'all tried it, but Malika still made it. Malika still made it. Malika's a boss. What's Alex doing right now? How is Alex's life going right now? Loser. Yeah, they knew better. So they knew that Malika wasn't whatever she was painted out to be. Number of persons involved 50 to 100 doing something, and then we can't, but God can. Damn right. You will receive compensation for your inflictions, Malika, financial or other kind. As you can see, God has been blessing you all these years. You left college, you got into one job, and you actually stayed in that same job doing that hairdressing, and you moved all the way to the fucking top of the ranks, bro. You moved from babies, from fucking apprentice to junior stylist to this to that, until now you're freaking manager at the salon that you work at. Let me clap for my baby. If y'all not happy for Malika, suck your mama. Malika, they can't defeat you, because we belong to God. We God children. We God children. You will receive compensation. We got assistant culprit. All you assistant culprits who believe those lies about Malika and started treating Malika like shit. God say fraud, criminality for personal or financial gain. Yeah. Number of persons involved that was close in the Malika life doing that shit, 4 to 8 of y'all. Y'all need to go to church. Y'all need to get some morals. Y'all need to pick your morals up from off the ground where you put it. You need it. Okay? Because it don't matter how y'all choose to see Malika. It don't matter how y'all choose to treat Malika. Malika will always come out on top as Malika, as long as Malika keep holding on to God and seeing herself through God's eyes, not through y'all's eyes. Malika's a beautiful soul, and that's how it's going to stay. Until next time, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Let's see what other information comes out in this deck, and then we got this deck regarding the Leo female. Until next time, bye bye.